Good morning. Denise Petit, your window woman, a window into contractors and building materials, is here today to talk to you about my tree. I had some trees that actually fell on electrical wiring, and long story short, they need to be trimmed back from the electrical wires going to the house. And as the tree trimmer got into it, we found that we have termites. So I want to show you what we have going on. So you can see some of the trees have holes in them. Tree trunks, I should say. So a couple things we learned as he was trimming the tree. Whoever previously trimmed the tree did not trim it properly, and I didn't know it. And you may not know either, that when you trim a tree, you should not be trimming it flat on any of the trunks. You're supposed to trim it away from the tree itself so water has a way to, just like even a building materials, you got to have flashing on it on a house to take the water away from your home. You have to do the same thing with trees. So if you don't, it can invite water to stay right at the top of the trunk that you cut, and that invites termites, and that's what happened to my tree. So here is the tree we've been trimming, and we're going to interview the contractor here in a little bit. Here's the tree that's been trimmed, and he's up in the cherry picker. So that's what we have going on today, and we're going to trim the front tree too. I'll show you the front tree as well. And we ended up with a lot more brush than we had anticipated, so I'll show you that. You can see the brush here. A little taller than probably 6 feet as well, so lots of brush. And here's the other tree we're going to be trimming today. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got a couple of tree trunks up there that are dead, and one big branch right there that is kind of hanging down, all dead. So we're going to cut that off, and we're going to cut another one that's up by the house itself that's also dead too. So that's what we're doing today. Hi everybody, this is Chris with C&J Trees R Us, and he's here today to talk to us about tree trimming. Chris, what is your best recommendation as far as choosing a tree trimmer?
Make sure that they've been around for a little while and that they have insurance.
Okay, yes. And then what about as far as tree trimming, as far as one of the things I didn't do is have you take away the brush. So any recommendations on, when you're asking for something to be done, what the homeowner should ask for?
Well, you just need to know if you don't have a way to take care of the brush or someone to get rid of the wood too. It's easier to pay the extra, $500 to $1,000, depending on what it is, to get rid of it than to have the hassle of trying to do it yourself if you don't have the stuff to do it.
Okay. And then how do you avoid termites? Because that was one of the things we ran into with this big old tree of mine.
Well, you got to do proper cuts on them so they don't get water setting in them. And then if you do have holes in them, some guys will take newspaper and spray foam and pack it in there, and then they'll take truck bed undercoating and they'll spray over top of it so water and stuff can't get into it and keep rotting it out. Okay. And as far as tree trimming, how often should you do it as a homeowner? It just depends, really. I mean, it depends on how much you have them take off, and ice storms, all that stuff. The trees are still pretty stressed out from ice storms last winter, so it just depends.
Okay.
What kind of tree and how fast it grows and how much you take off of it when you trim it.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time today.
Yep.